I'm sure plenty of influencers do the same thing. So I don't understand what the issue is here. But like I said, I don't know the influencer etiquette like that. So somebody gonna have to enlighten me. What is the issue between Kristina and Kolby and this deal with Julian? And Julian, what is the tea, girl? Hey everybody, welcome back to the Brandon Yvonne channel. Of course, I'm your girl, Brandon Yvonne. Here at my channel, we do fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of all of our favorite shows, y'all. It is Saturday night, so we are talking Owns, Love, and Marriage Detroit. This is season 1, episode 4, Skating on Thin Ice. Before we get into it, I definitely need y'all to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, let me know what y'all thought of this episode. What y'all think about the whole influencer drama of it all between Kolby and Kristina, who is right, who is wrong. I have some interesting theories on it, so you're going to want to watch the whole video. I appreciate all y'all support because, you know, the algorithms be playing on these YouTube streets. So anyway, let's get into the episode. So basically the episode picks up where they left off with Anthony and Dr. Latoya on the boat with that couple. I forgot them people's names from last week. Anyway, you know, Anthony over there crying out. He needed support. He just felt like he needed his grandmama at the time, you know. And I've been missing my granny lately, so I felt Anthony. But Anthony, all that crying and that whining. Anthony do a lot of whining, y'all. So Latoya was like, see, this is what I needed to know. Like, I didn't know you were still feeling all this and, you know. And the lady was like, yeah, so you need to get that out. And so Dr. Latoya was saying, see, you did resent me and we needed to, I'm glad you got it out finally and we needed to work through it. Anthony was like, no, I didn't resent you. I was just hurt. But that hurt is coming from resentment. And it's okay to say you resented her because he did resent her, because if she would not have had an issue with it and then told her parents and the bishop and his parents and they all got on him about it, then this wouldn't be an issue. So he definitely resented her, but I'm glad they got it out and he got his emotions out finally. She said that, you know, he was so busy trying to be, you know, hard and stuff about it, so she's glad he finally got it out. She encouraged him to also have a conversation with her dad, which we are going to see later on. In the next scene, we see Kolby's friend Chelsea comes over to the house to hang out with Kolby and talk with her. And I don't know if that's the same Chelsea that was Kristina's friend at the wine tasting event or not. Y'all let me know in the comments. I was like, is that the same Chelsea or we got another Chelsea? There's a lot of people with similar names on the show. So anyway, Chelsea talked to Russell because Russell's throwing a surprise 30th birthday party. I didn't know Kolby wasn't 30 yet or barely 30. I wonder how old is Russell. But anyway, I know they're young though. So he talked to Chelsea about the party. He was like, no surprise. I want her to be shocked. I want her to shed tears. So he was like going over with her everything they needed to do. So Chelsea goes upstairs. Kolby's like, girl, you got your shoes on in my house? She's like, take those off. So then they're catching up and Kolby was just talking about the influencer things she has going on and how she likes to work with brands in Detroit. And so she knows this lady named Julian that owns a brand and it's something Ray. I forgot how they pronounce the brand name. But anyway, it will come to me. So she wants to work with Julian as a black-owned, has a black-owned business out there in Detroit. And I don't remember if they said it was jewelry or fashion. I want to say it's a jewelry brand. It's some brand. Maybe they didn't say what it was. Anyway, it's a brand. Kolby knows the lady personally, she said. So she reached out to her about collaborating on some content. And I'm not 100% clear on how that whole content creator, influencer, business deal situation works. I would love to get into it though, but I only know tidbits about it. So fill me in, you know, if I'm missing something in the comments, if you know about it. So she was saying, you know, she spoke to the lady and the lady was like, yeah, she's totally into it, but however, there's a caveat because Kristina has also reached out to her about this and maybe you guys can collaborate and let me know. So Kristina's like, so I hit up Kristina and to see like if she want to do it. Kristina texted me back saying she was confused about the text message. And so then Kolby was like, I reached back out to her. I called her and texted her, but she didn't hit me back. And, I just got the people on the line waiting for the collaboration. So, at first I was like, well, why would the lady say that? Like, did she only want to work with Colby if Kristina's involved? Like, she takes Kristina in a higher regard. Then I thought, well, maybe she said something because she knows they run in similar circles, or maybe that lady felt like she didn't want competition between the two, so that's why she said it. So I was kind of confused on why the lady even made Kristina trying to do it a point, like why they can't do both. I don't know, what's the rules on the influencer streets and all that. So anyway, speaking of Colby, later on we also saw a small pointless scene of her talking to her assistant about things she had going on, and she's still waiting to hear from Kristina. Kristina ain't hit her line, but she moving on with other stuff she got to do. Okay, so then we see Brandon come in looking like he just rolled out of bed to do this couples counseling with Kristina. They have a couple that is like marriage mentors to them. Their names were like Elroy and Kristina, I believe. And they had on their logos. I said, y'all better support the business. Side note, did y'all see Anthony on the boat when he got done crying and he was like, cheers to the opulence, and he showed the bottle perfectly to hit the camera. I said, y'all better market these black businesses in Detroit. I'm not mad at that. So anywho, where were we at? Talking about Brandon and Kristina. So Kristina asked Brandon, is he ready for the session? He was like he didn't really care. So they were like asking what happened. Brandon said he hadn't been in the house since the wine tasting event, which was a weekend. So he spent the whole weekend outside the house. That's a shame. So the guy was like, well, start at the beginning. So basically Brandon's issue is before he married Kristina 11 years ago, he felt like he was popping in these Detroit streets. He had really made a name for himself. But then when he got married, things slowed down for him in business. Things have changed. And he wanted his wife to really let go of the reins so he could really do his thing in these streets and gain notoriety and be successful and all that. So he really blamed her, and she feels like he resents her for him not being successful and all that. He definitely is giving that. And I don't know why he blames her, like, unless he was cheating early on. I feel like we're missing something and he's just blaming her. Actually, we ain't missing that. He's just blaming her. Because what does that have to do with you not being successful? Like, how is that her fault that you got married? Then you shouldn't have got married. It's giving very much you didn't want to get married. Like, it's not Kristina's fault that your career didn't do nothing, Brandon. So anyway, Kristina was like, she was hurt. She felt, disrespected and all that when he was saying all that. And then they talked about the comments, how they both were threatening divorce on each other. And the therapist basically gave them good advice saying that you can't be doing that, going tit for tat on each other. And it's just a vicious cycle. Also, like, it's harmful to be threatening divorce on people. And they both say, well, you said it and you said it. And they need to, like, let things go and move on. And so Brandon did apologize. And he tried to kiss Kristina. She finally let it go. And she was like, he apologized. And she's like, I'm going to hold you to it. So then they got off the line with the people. They got another appointment in 2 weeks. I said they got their work cut out for them. Because it's going to take some serious work to get Brandon and Kristina together. But we going to pray they work out, y'all. So she was like, okay, so what is it? Like, you staying here? Like, what you doing? And he said he's staying in the penthouse tonight. So anyway, moving on, we see Latoya. Dr. Latoya and Anthony are going to church. They say they go every Sunday. They go to Dr. Latoya's parents' church. Bishop Duncan, I can't think of his first name now. Bishop Duncan and Pastor Felicia Duncan is her mom. They run the church, and so shout out to them. Their church looked lovely, It didn't look too full, but people be doing church online now, like I be doing. So anyway, Bishop gave a good sermon. He said, we gotta have faith and all that. He was giving a word. So Anthony said, I need to talk to you. So he got the kids and the wife in the car, and he talked to the bishop. And he was like, yeah, I want to talk to you. Everything you say and your influence means a lot to me. Your opinion means a lot to me. And I went down to Atlanta to do the whole Marvel Disney thing, and have the opportunity. It meant a lot to me. But, you guys really made it like I wasn't doing something right, and I wasn't, taking care of my family. And it just made me feel like, I was like a deadbeat dad, and I wasn't showing up, and I wasn't taking care of home and all this stuff. So, and he didn't like that feeling, you know, how they made him feel basically. And so the bishop basically said, you know, at that time, this is what, you know, my main issue was at that time. You know, little Anthony was going to school. You know, he was having problems at school. He was dealing with racism. You know, when I would pick him up from school, he's crying. He's going through a lot. And he's like, I thought to myself, at this time, you know, he needs his dad. He needs both his parents in the house. And he's like, when it comes to, you know, things of God, things have to be done in divine order. And he's like, and two have to be in agreement, and timing isn't important. And he's like, yeah, little Anthony needs his dad and his mom just as much, and then he needs to see them together and being on the same page and being in the house together. And he was like, now, if you felt, you know, I'm sorry. He did pitch up, said, you know, I apologize for how you felt. I can't take away how you feel. I can't tell nobody how to feel about anything. That's your feeling. So I apologize, you know, if we made you feel any type of way. I do apologize. And he said, you know what, honestly, I think, you know, that dream you have, is good to have those dreams and everything, and it will happen, you know, when it's supposed to happen. Basically, he said, I don't know the timing, we got how God gonna work it out, but it's basically, it's going to eventually happen, and I want everyone to succeed, and that's my goal. And so hopefully that dream does come true and work out for you. And so they're like, you good. Anthony, you know, he accepted his apology and he felt it went well, and he said he's gonna keep trusting God. And I really like that scene. That was like one of my favorite scenes of this episode, probably the whole series so far. Bishop was like, kept it real. I love the way he addressed it. He apologized to him, but he also, you know, let him know what it was. And I agree with Bishop. I agree with Dr. Latoya. Like, if that was going on with your son, like, even you had, it's not like he didn't have a job. If Anthony didn't have any kind of other job opportunity and he went to Atlanta for that job, okay, maybe I can understand that more. But I'm sure it was the way he did it, and just the timing was just not right. But hopefully, you know, timing will be right, you know, in the future, like Bishop says. So anyway, then we see Russell go look at the gym, y'all. Oh yeah, they said Russell was looking like the Black Clark Kent, because he had them glasses on and that white shirt and them slacks. Ooh, Russell is fine. I ain't gonna take it from him. Russell is a fine man, but then when he talk, I'll be like, oh, girl. So anyway, he wants to go look at the gym. The guy was saying, like, you know, now you gotta see the gym, like, not from a person that comes to work out, but from like an owner's perspective. I thought Russell worked out there, but I'm not completely sure about that. So anyway, he's showing him around, saying, you know, this is where the beginners go, this is where the women and the old people, seniors go, I'm sorry. So he was like, you know, you gotta know the ins and outs, the day to day, how many people coming in, how many people leaving, you know, how many smoothies did you make? Like, this isn't that type of job where you're gonna kick back and be eating popcorn. Like, you got to know the ins and outs and all that. You got to know the numbers. And he's like, you know, it's going to take a few years before you could really just sit back and let things kind of run. And he's like, for him, you know, he's been doing it 10 years, but it definitely took those first 2 or 3 years for things to really get popping like that. So, now that guy is part owner. So I guess I'm assuming that the guy needs someone else to like chip in, because maybe that other person left the business and he needs like another buyer to keep the business going, is what it sounded like to me. So then later on we see everybody go skating. So Anthony invites the whole gang to go to the skating ring on the east side of Detroit. He says skating is really big in Detroit. I didn't know that. I've been dying to go skating lately though, y'all, for like months and months and months now. I probably did said it on here before. So everybody, you know, Anthony said he grew up in an area, went to high school in that area, so he's really familiar with it. Brandon and Kristina was like, where are we at? Like, this is East Detroit. He got us in the hood. Brandon told me he got to keep his head on the swivel, grab his lady's hand. Like, they don't be coming down to this side of Detroit like that. Like, where are they? It's like, oh, it smells like East Detroit in here. I'm like, y'all got y'all nerves. Anyway, as much ratchetness y'all be causing on every scene, every episode. But anywho, so, you know, Anthony gets his skates on. Brandon said he ain't skated in a long time, so he don't really know. Kristina said she can't skate because some injury she had or something. So anyway, Brandon ended up falling on those skates, which I knew he would. Kristina's like, oh, I hope my husband don't fall. So Brandon was getting out there. Anthony's like, you want me to grab your hand? Why they grab each other's hand? I was like, what is y'all doing? So anyway, I mean, it was funny, but then everything that's already happened, it just didn't help. But they're probably playing in our faces, y'all. So anyway, Anthony came back. They came back over there. And Kristina's like, oh, Anthony, I'm really proud of you. He's like, oh, what did I do? She's like, because you got those skates on and I know you're a germaphobe. And he's like, oh, I got 3 pairs of socks on and I'm going to throw them away when I'm done. And then she's like, oh, I know that's right. Like, you are my twins. I guess they both germaphobes. And I'm like, oh, Anthony and Kristina are good now. Okay. So anyway, Colby comes. They're like, girl, where your man at? Where Russell at? And she's like, I don't know. He got meetings at the meetings. You know, I don't even know what Russell be having going on. He be in his own world. So then Russell came, and Colby and Russell went to get their skates, and they had a conversation about the gym. Russell over there talking about he 85% sure he want to buy this gym. Colby looking like, what? She's like, okay, Russell just talking about buying the gym. Now he trying to buy the gym. Like, what he doing? So then she was like, well, you didn't, like, he said he went on the walkthrough and, you know, it's looking good. She's like, well, why wasn't I there? Like, why didn't you invite me to the walkthrough? He's like, okay, you're not going to be invited to every single meeting. Like, this is just the, you know, initial meeting. Like, I'm going to bring you in. I go see what's going on there. I'm going to catch you up. She's like, if you want me involved, like, we're supposed to be buying this together. This is for the family. Like, I don't want to be on the back end. I don't want to be on the front end. And she should be. So then he's like, he not getting it. Okay, he's not getting it. He's like, but this is my guy. She's like, well, your wife has not met your guy. And he was like, Colby, like, I mean, you know, is this going to be a problem every time? She's just saying, like, in the confessional, she's like, I share all my events and my calendars and everything with you. So I would like it if you would let me have a seat at your table sometime. And then he was like, okay, like, noted, I'm going to do that for now. And he tried to give her a fist bump. She was not here for it. He was like, you know, especially with the gym, running the gym, you know, with the day-to-day, I may not be able to do it all. So, you know, we're going to pull you out of the situation you in. And we're going to bring you in to run the day-to-day. He's like, because, you know, me, I'm the visionary, you know. And I cast a vision, and then I need you to help me implement it. She was looking like, are you crazy? So in her confessional, she's like, oh, so you want me to put aside my career, everything I'm doing, and run a gym? She's like, okay, got it. She's like, okay, well, if you're bringing me in to help run the gym, I need to be there for the walkthrough. I need to know what's going on. I need to hear what the past owner says the first year is like, because we need to know how the numbers are really looking. So Colby's actually making sense and talking with some sense about owning this gym, and she is asking the right questions that Russell really wasn't asking when he went down to the gym in the first place. So then he's like, okay, you do make a small good point. And you do. And so he said, you know, next time he will bring her in, but she's not going to be there for every single little conversation, but next time he gonna bring her in. She's like, that's all I'm asking is to consider me and bring me in, invite me in. And she definitely should have been there. If you plan on having Colby do the day-to-day running of the gym, then she definitely should have been there when you went for that walkthrough. And she could have asked the more important business questions that you clearly didn't ask, Russell. Oh, Lord. We're gonna pray for Colby. So anyway, then we see, you know, the guys are deciding to race, and they, Brandon, I don't know why you racing because you can't skate. So Anthony tells the guys he's going to have the man movement meeting, the first meeting coming up. The reason why he wants to do it is because, you know, black men, you know, they blame women or, you know, the man or whatever for their not having success, and, you know, the whole men accountable. And, you know, women have been supporting our community for so long, and men need to step up. And Russell was like, also, like, there's a lot of resources for black women, and don't get me wrong, we love our queens, but we need more resources for black men. I'm not mad at that. You know, when they put it like that, I'm not mad at that. And yes, y'all need to take some responsibility and step up, because historically black women have had to hold it down due to a lot of systematic things, you know, out of our control, but still. So, you know, whatever, have a meeting. So then Brandon talking about the showcase, right? And he's like, okay, we got a showcase, you know. Russell was like, okay, well, you know, what's up with the showcase? So Brandon want to have investors and shareholders there, and you know, to talent come out, and basically like whoever gets a deal, they're like the winner of the showcase kind of idea. And so Russell was like, okay, cool, but you know, do me a favor, like make sure you tell your wife about any artist, anything you got going on, because I know I apologize to you. I don't want to be in a mess. I said, I know that's right, Russell. Russell said, you ain't gonna get me twice. Russell said in his confession, I already got enough stuff going on with my wife. I don't need no more drama. Like, Brandon better talk to his wife. Yes, Brandon, tell your wife. Like, just tell your wife what's going on and stop blaming her, making it like you lying, not telling her, but then you still not getting stuff done because you ain't getting success that you had before. So you really just blaming her. So anyway, okay, so then the big explosion at the end of the episode, right, is Kristina and Kolby. And now I've been trying to understand this whole influencer thing, so y'all bear with me. So Kristina and Kolby sit down, Dr. Latoya sitting back in the back, silent. So, and Dr. Latoya ain't got time for the bull and the drama. She may not be on the show next season. I don't know. So Kolby's like, girl, you know, I've been trying to call you. I've been trying to text you. Like, girl, what's going on? What's good? Kristina's like, you didn't text me. You didn't call me. She's like, yeah. She's like, yeah, I just had a lot going on. You know, I was really dealing with a lot. And I just been taking time for Kristina. You know, I just kind of disconnected from everybody. I said, you got to give your Melody Hope answer. Why you ain't answer a call? You got to disconnect, right? So anyway, she's like, you know, I had a lot going on. So Kolby's like, you know, I understand you got a lot going on with Brandon and everything like that. And it's okay not to be okay. Like, it's okay to just say that. Like, if you need to take some mental health space, you need to do all that, that's fine. So Kristina's like, okay, well, did you text me that? Like, what happened? So Kolby's like, no, I wouldn't put that in a text. She's like, I called you. Kristina's like, oh, you did, girl? She's like, yes. And so then the whole thing about the influencer thing, she's like, yeah, and I text you, you know, I've been, you know, having a lot of things going on with, you know, the whole connecting with the late Julian. What was the name of her line? Norma Ray. It wasn't Norma Ray. What was it? So I forgot what it was called. Anyway, something Ray. So the Detroit influencer lady, Julian. We're going to call her Julian. So Julian, she's like, yeah, I talked to Julian. You know, she wanted to really connect and do with the creator thing. And she said that you know, maybe we can do something together. So Kristina's like, well, I said, you know, I did text that because I was confused about the text. And so Kolby's like, why didn't you call me or say something? And Kolby's like, I called you to, you know, try to follow up about it. And so Kristina was like, you know, I just don't understand. Like, what are you trying to say? Like, what are you trying to do? Like, when I talked to Jillian, she said that, you know, you're also interested, but she didn't say, she said, well, I'm not telling you you should collaborate. Like, if you want to do that, that's on you. And so Kolby was, so she's like, so that's why I was confused. But Kolby's like, no, that's not how it was pitched to me. She's like, it was pitched to me as like, if me and you we should, you know, decide to collaborate on this thing. And so Kolby's like, you're always saying that we should collaborate on things together, so I don't understand what's the problem. Like, why wouldn't we collaborate on this together? And so Kristina's like, well, I just want to collaborate on, you know, everyday stuff and fashions and stuff like that. And then she was like, okay, so, but why can't we collaborate on this? You're always saying let's collaborate. And she was like, well, like, the thing is, I already got the deal. Like, I already been talking to her about this. And so she's like, but you're trying to make it like you're jumping on top of something I already got going on. And, you know, when a creator tries to jump into something already going on, and Kolby's like, I'm not jumping into something already going on. And Kristina's like, yes, you are, because I already got this going on, basically. And Kolby's like, well, I didn't know you already worked something out. So then I'm thinking, okay, when Kristina gives one version of it and Kolby gives the other, I'm thinking, is the lady telling them two different things? Like, is she pitting them against each other? Or is it like Kristina's maybe more seasoned in the game or older? Or maybe she knows Kristina better and she wanted Kristina and she'd only do Kolby if Kolby was working with Kristina. Like, I'm trying to figure out where we lost in translation. I feel like we're missing something at the story. We need to get Julian on the line. Julian in Detroit that got the line that the girls want to work with and the influence. We need you in the comments, girl. We need you to report to the Brandon Yvonne channel and give us the tea, because it's not making sense to me. Like, what is the issue? So Kolby is like, girl, like, what are you saying? You're not making sense. So then Kristina's not understanding, like, why Kolby is taking it personal. She's getting heated. Y'all see when they cut the commercial, they gonna make that little lion roaring noise. I'm like, why are y'all doing that? So anyway, they came back from commercial. The girls are still fussing and fighting, arguing. Kristina is like, okay, I already got the deal going. Basically, Kristina is making it like she already talked to the lady and she already got the deal going. Kolby is like, well, I didn't know you already had that going. And then Kolby was like, well, you said you didn't want to collaborate. Kristina's like, what deals have you brought to the table? Kolby's like, I brought this one. Like, I talked to the lady about us collaborating on this. And so Kristina's like, no, you are trying to say you brought something to the table, something to the table that I already was doing anyway. So it sounds like to me, Kristina's already doing it. So when Kolby sent her that text and then she wrote back, I'm confused, she should have just said, hey girl, I'm already, got something in the works with Julian. Sorry, I'm not able to collaborate with you at this time. Instead of being passive aggressive, talking about I'm confused. Like, that's fine, Kristina, if you don't want to work with Kolby with this particular deal, you have the right to say no to that, but just say no to it. Like, that's the part that was irritating me, because Kristina, you were being passive aggressive. So, and gaslighting the hell out of Kolby, and Kolby was not buying it. I like Kolby, by the way. So then, they just going back and forth. And Dr. Latoya's like, girl, what is going on? And so basically Kolby is like, you're being selfish, because if it was me, like, I would bring you in on the deal. Like, you're just coming from a selfish place. Kristina doesn't feel like she's trying to be selfish. So, Dr. Latoya made some comment about it, how Kolby's just being passionate and all that. So then the men come over there because they here to fight. Now, why they went over there, I don't know, but they gonna learn. So they went over there. So Russell's like, what's going on? So they, Kolby and Kristina kind of explain, like, Kristina's saying, like, well, Kolby sent me a text about collaborating with Julian on the line. And, I text her back, like, I'm confused. And so he's like, okay, well, did you call her back? Did you follow up? Kolby's like, no. And I called her. She never followed back. No. So then Russell's like, you guys are best friends. Not best friends, but y'all been friends for a while. You guys might need to talk to Sal. There's nothing wrong with friends saying, hey, especially in business, hey, maybe you're moving too fast on this, or hey, sis, we need to slow down on this or that. Now, nothing wrong with what Russell said. He was not coming at Kristina in no kind of way. So then Brandon was like, yeah, I agree. You see, I feel like it's already been some other things happening. This is not the first time when it comes to Kolby. So then Brandon gets in his confessional and says, Kristina is saying that I'm always not speaking up for her and stuff. So I see Russell is addressing her. So now I'm going to speak up for her. This was not the time for you to speak up for your wife, sir. And you only created mess. Okay, first of all, really you speaking up for your wife against Kolby, because Russell didn't say nothing out of line to Kristina. He just gave words of wisdom. So what are you saying? Like, Brandon makes no sense at all. And him and his man bun can go. So anyway, Brandon is like, yeah, this is not the first time it happened. Like, it was that makeup line, that Kristina was trying to do with the makeup artist you took and all that. And so Kolby's like, what are you talking about? Like, my agent hooked me up with Mariah, the makeup artist. Shout out to Mariah. And so, no, like, what are you talking about? He's like, it's just lots of instances and all that. So Kolby's like, well, give me the examples. And Brandon was like, I really don't know the examples. Like, I don't really know. Meanwhile, Dr. Latoya and Anthony in the bag, like, child, we just tired of them. So then Russell was like, yeah, like, what's the problem? Like, what's the problem, B? Like, telling to Brandon, like, you never mentioned this before. Like, what's up? And so then he was like, yeah, I just feel like, Kristina do something one day, the next day Kolby do it. It's really giving a Kolby cat, like a copycat. So then Russell's like, oh, no, we not doing this right here. No. And then Kolby's like, really? A Kolby cat? Really, Brandon? Really? Like, she's like trying to tell Kristina, like, girl, if you had a problem, you could address it. Like, influencers can do the same thing. It's okay. And I'm sure plenty of influencers do the same thing. So I don't understand what the issue is here. But like I said, I don't know the influencer etiquette like that. So somebody gonna have to enlighten me. What is the issue between Kristina and Kolby and this deal with Julian? And Julian, what is the tea, girl? So anyway, Russell's telling Kolby, like, you ain't gotta say nothing else to him and calm down, it's all good. Russell's like, nah, y'all about the drama. Dr. Latoya's like, I'm over this. No more. I'm tired of this drama. We got to go. Russell's like, no, I'm not here for drama. No, I'm not here for drama. No, we gotta go. Kristina's sitting there looking stupid. Brandon and cause all this drama for no reason because he get into men's business because he want to pick and choose when he defend his wife, even though she did not need defending. That was not a situation where Kristina needed any defending, Brandon. Oh, Lord, but we're going to see what happens with that. It sounds like it's about to be a division in the group. And, you know, it's going to be popping off with the drama. Y'all let me know what y'all thought of the episode in the comments. Y'all, it's late and I got to go to church in the morning. And I said I was going to Bible study. So, whew, anyway, pray for me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you're a Love and Marriage Huntsville fan, check out the video I uploaded for that a couple hours ago. And I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.